do 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 do. As if in the morning. I don't know the story. But shout out to Stevie Wonder, though. I did try to hum some of it. It's your man Rico. I'm back. It rained earlier today, and I had to kind of bring it on the inside. Now I'm outside, and well, when it rains, it sure does bring up all the smells that's covered up by the sun, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, it's over, and it's still, I guess it's spring. Yeah, spring has started, so these, I guess the weather's still doing what it's gonna do. So, but anyway, as long as y'all can hear me loud and clear, what is this? Beat it. So I had to thump a bug. Outside is something different. But look, there's been this, by the way, Rico the Opinionist, YouTube, Facebook group, Rico the Opinionist, my Twitter, my Instagram. I'm all over the place. You know, if you want to find me, just say what's up. I'm not on my TikTok as much as I should. I'm not on my Instagram as much as I should, but I'm going to change that within the next month or two. I'm going to get more and more visible on my other social media platforms. But I'm here. What's up, bro? Yeah, I'm right here chilling. I'm going to become more visible, right, on those other platforms. Right now, I guess YouTube is my thing, and I'll continue to do it. And thank you for those of you who are still continue to subscribe. We're going to get to 1,500. Thank you. The Cash App is on there. My description box is always, just cluttered with stuff that you can check out. So I want to come back on as this guy bumps the music here for a second. Okay, then he gets out, and he's in his trunk. Give me a minute. Let's have our hip-hop moment. Okay. If it wasn't wet out here, I'd get out and book and juke for y'all, but it's too wet out here. Okay. He is leaving. That's one of the disadvantages of being outside. You hear everything. Okay. So anyway, there's this I guess this raging debate going on in social media right now, particularly in the black manosphere, black YouTube, where this, about a year or so ago, this white female content creator goes by JustPearlyThings, just a regular little house, just a plain white girl, but she came in and she began to talk about the delusion of modern women. She didn't say black or white or whatever. She just said modern women. And she began to sound like someone we're really familiar with, Kevin Samuels and in her approach. And I heard about her, but, it is what it is. But she recently, she's gone on. She started out with like 20,000, and she's gone on and to explode in the black spaces, manosphere spaces, and other places. And she's, I guess a lot of people watched her. I never watched her because I don't know. I already have the people who I watch pretty much on a regular, and I didn't personally find her that interesting. But it is. I think I called a couple of times. It's good when she was like letting those little white women have it as relates to their Americanized delusion, as relates to this feminist behavior. And she kind of got on them, and she admitted that she started off. She got her start by doing reactions to hip hop and rap videos and images. And so I'm gonna go to a larger point with this in a minute. Y'all give me a minute. The build up is gonna be worth it. And so she's she pretty much did what UPN and WB did. Started off its career, its broadcasting career with black audience. And she's gotten big and she expanded, and her audience is pretty much global. It's fine. But she recently had a known white nationalist, white supremacist by the name of Nick Fuentes. I guess they connect him with being a Trump supporter, and they made some comments on the show, or she made some comments on the show, on her podcast in London, about, I guess, slavery not being that bad, and talked about, she contrast the I'm sorry, let me get it together. The work ethic of African-American blacks to African blacks or Nigerians, what have you. So that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And the mere fact that she had a white supremacist on her show, that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I guess, but one thing that I noticed is that in the black manosphere, the black men, we all have our complaints, opinions, and perspectives about the behavior of women in general, particularly African-American women in today's society. And black women have their perspectives and opinions and what they believe their truths about black men. I do, on both sides. But one thing I've never done, and I'm telling you, the build-up's going to be great. One thing that I personally have never done is to give anybody outside of my community, my family, a pass to say anything derogatory about us. It's almost like having a drunk uncle. I can call him drunk, damn it, but not you. And so a lot of us are so upset with each other. Black men are so upset with black women. Black women have been really putting a heel in black men's asses since the 80s because they've been given platform to do it. Just building themselves up, being allowed to just build themselves up over black men. And social media allowed black men to have a voice to counteract those accusations and a lot of those myths and, deflate some egos on the female side. No, it's that back and forth, I guess. And so, but what I've never done is allow somebody else, Caucasian, male or female, to come in and tell me about black folks. And JustPearlyThings, this white woman is being accused of, overstaying her welcome or going too far in her comments. In so many words. And so, unfortunately, people are split. The black community is going at it about her. And so now the brothers are upset because, from what I was hearing, a lot of black men were pushing her up, going on her show and big upping her. And long she was talking about, I guess, delusional women, and she threw in some sisters in there. Or it was just, par for the course, I guess. And gravy, baby, yeah. But then I guess when she went too far and expressed all of who she is as a Caucasian female in this society, that's when they seem to have this wake-up call. And I'm sure she's not a horrible human being in any of that, but I'm just not that kind of dude. Nat Turner, David Walker, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, Dr. Amos Wilson, Chairman Fred Hampton. They already taught us about who the Caucasian is. Brother Neely Fuller, by way of Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, or Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, by way of Brother Neely Fuller, is told of racism, white supremacy. If you don't know, its agenda is planned. Everything else you see would only confuse you. It would only confuse you. When I got to meet Brother Fuller back in 2003 or 4 at Fisk, or was it Tennessee State, on that campus during a hip hop conference. Hey Clemmy, what's up? I got a chance to meet him, and that's where I got to meet Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and our scholars. And I bought their books, and I got a chance to have brief conversations with them. So I heard the scholars when I got to meet the ones that I can meet, and also I read what the scholars talked about, because introduction to white people is nothing new, shouldn't be anything new, but this generation of blacks seem to be kind of off, as if the scholars never taught us who the foundation, who the Caucasian is, as it relates to this European and African conflict. Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. John G. Jackson, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, Dale Jones, they've all written, they've all told us, Dr. Ben Yakahanan, the scholars have told us, but yeah, I'm throwing out names. The average black person don't know. But if I threw out Michelle Obama or Barack Obama, oh yeah, we know who that is. But I paid attention to our scholars, the people who wrote the Bible for us to follow, so we won't be getting caught up in all these simple mistakes. This whole thing with this Miss Pearly thing, the white girl just came into black spaces. Black space and did her thing. That's simple. I didn't fall all over her. Because I'm not shocked by the ongoing tradition of whites wiggling themselves into white spaces. Now, here we go. Y'all ready for this? This is nothing new. What this white girl did. NAACP is about white people getting into black spaces. A lot of these organizations, right? I just, and Just Pearly Things is not the only Caucasian who's speaking some black talking points, and all of a sudden black people give them all the invitation to the barbecue. Yeah. Let me give y'all some more examples. See, y'all know this white woman by the name of Jane Elliott, who all the black folks just love to hear her talk about racism and how white supremacy and how psychologically off racism has made the Caucasian mind. And they just go all over. Yeah, Jane Elliott. Ooh, that white woman be telling the truth. Had them white folks man. But wait a minute now. Why y'all going gaga over this white woman talking about racism? We've had Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. We've had Dr. John Henry Clark. We've had, I just named them all. Dr. Ben Yakahanan, Dr. Amos Wilson. And we have, recently we got Dr. Joy Leary. We even got a biracial sister by the name of Michelle Alexander. We got so many black women and men who've done the work to try to teach us about racism and white supremacy, but it's something about that, that reeks as it relates to the comparison of when they came out with this sentence. I don't know if Malcolm X said it or whatever, but it's all about the white man's ice being colder. See, Miss Pearly, Just Pearly Things would not have been a thing if black people knew who they were and respected who they were and respected the scholars who died poor, who died broke, who died angry, who died frustrated, a lot of them who died alone trying to write it down, do speeches, do everything to try to teach us. But still, we think Tim Wise is just a hell of a dude when it comes to talking about racism, white supremacy. We got Neely Fuller, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. We got all these scholars from then and now. We even got Dr. Umar Johnson, but y'all still think Tim Wise, the white man, knows all about racism to the point that as if we don't live it, we don't understand it, so we can understand it better coming from a Tim Wise. Do you understand? And then you have Sean King, the white boy who shaved his head bald and put on some Malcolm X glasses and tried to pass as black. And black people, man, he be on it. Sean King be telling the truth. Man, Sean be on it. Sean King. But we've had something called the Black Agenda Report for years that tell us all the time, bitch, y'all didn't know that, did you? What is it, this white fetish that black people have? We have the very same thing. We have the very same scholars who were teaching before them, who were bringing out the truth before them, but put a white face on it. We just light up and say, that's right, they told the truth. I ain't even know that. Man, that's something I ain't never heard before. It's embarrassing. And I can go on. Who else? Tim Wise, Sean King, Jane Elliott. All these white folks that just pretty much parroting there's any book that any one of us can read, and we've always had our scholars to teach us this. And we hate on Dr. Umar Johnson. Now, when he's not doing Prince of Pan African Papa, Big Papa, when he's not with the foolishness, Dr. Umar Johnson is spitting the truth. When he's not blaming black men for black women choosing to wear blonde hair, he's the truth. But still, it's like we don't want our version, the original version of who we are. We want a white version of it. And so y'all ain't think I was going to go there, did you? They said, well, it's just a white woman on YouTube. It's bigger than that. You got all these black men who were big up in her. We got sisters like Erica Lachey, who's speaking the same way. We got a sister by the name of Crimson Cure. No, if y'all want to talk about sisters who saying the same thing as JustPearlyThings. Sister by the name of Shez Sade. These are ones that I kind of pay attention to. They got plenty of sisters. But since this white woman was saying some of the same stuff as it relates to admonishing and behavior of delusional sisters and beyond, y'all black dudes, y'all ran for this white girl. And nothing against her. I'm just speaking, it goes to the thing for, we have so much in this country. We have a lot. And other people from other countries, black folks from Caribbeans, black folks from other, they call third world countries, come over here like, God damn, these black people really got the holy grail of information. But we still in that colonialized mind. Still believe it, unless Whitey says it, somebody Caucasian says it, that we don't think it's true. And that's going to continue to be the downfall of the African American. Because we refuse to go back. You know what? I think a lot of people be really obeying Jesus Christ if he really came back as a white man. Because when we saying that he's black, y'all don't seem to take it to me, and we describe him as black and all that. But if Jesus really was that blonde, blue-eyed white man with that dark sun behind his blonde hair, I think you'll probably start acting more Christian-like. I don't know. Right now, it's just you're more in worship mode because of his whiteness. But there's something to be said. So when I'm listening to people having their side to side, and she said some messed up stuff, but I'm not shocked. Upper middle class white girl came into a space, and they do it all the time. They do it all the time. White people always find a way to get in and make money off of something that you created, that we created. We're like, it's nothing. We don't put the effort in it like we're supposed to a lot of times. And so, the way I talk, if my face was light-skinned with hazel eyes or whatever, I go viral tonight. But since I actually look like a black dude like Don Cheadle, or Omar Epps, nah, I don't have the complexion for the reflection. You hear me? But we're going to learn one day. So, yeah, those of you who are getting on JustPearlyThings' ass, yes, she deserves it. But I'd want to get on our ass for acting so surprised when white people be white. I've never been upset for white folks for being white. It's almost retarded to think that. Now, we know the history of the United States Constitution. The founding fathers of this country were white racists who owned slaves as they wrote their documents. So when they wrote the documents called the United States Constitution, we weren't even real people. We were just cattle. We were for whatever lustful, disgusting, evil, maniacal desire that plantation owner and overseers had. That's what we were there for. Is also serve as work mules. So I don't understand why we still get surprised when white people act white. No, Rico, you can't generalize all white people. Well, historically speaking, I can. And I want to tell any one of you who got white friends and you decide to have babies with white folks and you're married white folks, I'm going to tell you something. If you want to see your white friend or your Caucasian friend turn white on you, talk about equality. Bring up reparations. Talk about equality in the money. Damn sitting at the same restaurant. Damn going to the same school. Damn being going to the same clubs and all that. Talk about the money. When we become intelligent, economically intelligent, then we'll be able to solve this race problem. We're so busy still trying to literally get in bed with somebody white or Asian or Hispanic. They all understand it. It's about the goddamn money. Until we start recognizing that money is the great equalizer, not how many white women you can screw, how many mixed babies you can have, how many white men you can get to look at your booty, sisters. It's the money. If y'all want to see your white friend turn Caucasian on your ass, start mentioning reparations for a debt that's been owed. Then, y'all say, well, you know what, Rico, you weren't lying. You weren't being a hater. Because, see, I take people where they are. I don't care who it is. You got all these white friends and all that shit, and that's fine. You can't. I'm cool. Look here. I'm cool. Whatever's cool with me. I am. Whoever's cool with me, I'm cool with you. You be respectful, I'm respectful. But I know the community I was born into. I'm just like Jews. I'm just like Italians. I'm just like Asians. I'm just like Irish. I'm just like, you know, who else? Hell, I'm just like the LGBT. And so, let me see, who is this? Who is this? Hold on one second. What do you say, Rock Pro Preacher? I talk reparations with my white friends often and don't get rebuttals as much as I think. Well, good for you, because they have the ability that of the reality of Pro Reacher Adams that it's not going to become a reality anyway. But so yeah, they have that luxury. But yeah, keep talking about it, and I appreciate your exception, brother. But yeah, talk to your white friends about equality, sharing the money, sharing the money. Each African American, foundational Black American, an American descendant of slave receiving, let's say $6 billion apiece. Yeah, let's talk about that. So, but, you know, I just need us to stop acting surprised when white people pull their rank, even the liberal whites. See, they understand they can go either way, because even as a liberal Caucasian, they still win because they're still white per the Constitution. We're gonna get on code one day, and we won't be surprised because the scholars have already written it down. We just will not read the books. We won't even look at the YouTube videos for those of us who don't like to read. But as long as we continue to remain ignorant, we're still going to be reactionary to things that we should not even be reacting to. And you brothers in the Black manosphere, y'all stop worshiping these white folks because they say things against black women that you glad that somebody else is saying. Don't do that. And black women, y'all stop following all over white dudes because they put on a hoodie. Or they say something that you think identifies with you and your relationship with black men. We need to stop being everyone's spotter. Get your goddamn business together. Get it together. And I do have issues with the behaviors of a lot of black women today, but I'm not going to join in with a Caucasian of any forms to stand next to me and beat up on black women. Well, I don't need them to point out their behavior. I don't do that because you know what? They got a lot of problems in the white community that they can go viral on just talking about white women's behavior. You understand? Everybody else understands the whole process of group economics and being on code as a group. They do. You got a few outliers that may say this about Caucasians or some Asians that do this and that. But they don't lose as much as we lose. We get excited. Let me show y'all something else that we're not paying attention to. See, I live in reality. I'm not trying to live in some kind of idealistic world because it's not ideal. I live in reality. You know, when someone will send me a video of some African women dance, then they have a white girl in the middle, I go right past that video because I will not help you make that white girl a star. Just not going to do it. Because I have a particular pride about me that a lot of us are just traded so we can have white friends and white lovers and mixed kids and other things. And, I can live in a white neighborhood. That's fine. But I know I'm still a black dude. And I can do that. I don't have any kids, so I ain't got to worry about people coming to my door and shit and worry about no school boards and all that kind of mess. I worry about my kid being called the N-word and told and called a monkey and all that in my school. Like so many of you go through that's black. When you move your kids and let them be the only black kids in the white school because you think you're giving them a better education. Weirdest goddamn behavior. Still. And then they come out Oreo as hell. Don't know who they are and don't care. And when you know a child is in trouble, your black kid, your black son or daughter's in trouble, why has everything got to be about race? When they say that, get thee the fuck away from me. I understand. I'm not going to disrespect you. What I do is I quietly move on. Whenever I hear a Negro say that, why does everything got to be about race? I move on. And then you hear a Negro talking about, well, slavery happened back then. You weren't there. I dare any one of y'all to say that to a Jew, to a 15, a 19-year-old Jew. Well, I don't know why you're talking about the Holocaust. That happened, 30, 45 years ago, 50 years ago? And see if you're going to keep your job. See, everyone else understands their history and they respect it and they make you respect it. But we still debating about slavery is real or not. Well, you should be debating if that little 6-year thing about the Jewish Holocaust ever happened, but y'all won't even debate that because you don't want to disrespect them. Got it? No, I don't watch those videos. Show these white boys dancing. No, because too many young black males and too many young black girls who come up with stuff out of their heads the way we did when we grew up in the ghetto. We came up with stuff out of our head. Our African pituitary glands just get the moving, and we were just creative and imaginative like that. And then we just give it away. We're gonna learn one day. We're gonna stop begging for paying for what we want and begging for what we need. We're going to stop that. But anyway, that whole Just Pearly thing that, and how black men, there are a lot of black men and some sisters, but a lot of black dudes in the black manosphere going gaga over this broad. And no need to call her broad. Yeah, that broad, playing all night. And the way she did it the way she does it is so classic. It's almost like, trying to play the dumb white girl. I don't know. Oh, my God. I don't know. She pulled that shit on, and black people actually think that white people are dumb. They're not. They're very systematically savvy, and they're very aware of their privilege in this country and this world. So anybody think there's a dumb Caucasian around here, you're a dumbass. Now, they know how to snuggle up and to get into black spaces. It's like we have a problem with having black spaces. I can be anywhere. I can be in a multicultural space. I'm talking about socially. I can be anywhere. I'm going to be hitting some festivals this spring and summer. I'm going to be whites, blacks, and everybody, and I have a blast. But I'm certainly not offended at all when it's an all-black space. I'm not. I'm not going to let the stereotypes. Man, there's a lot of black folks, man. Stuff going to pop off. And so what? Y'all, those of you who have been around white folks, y'all ain't seen any white boy break out in bar fights and see white people get drunk and start fighting each other? And guess what they do? You ain't never heard nobody white say, I ain't gonna go with no place around all white people because them motherfuckers acting stupid. So why y'all so dumb? And you ever been aware with all Hispanics? You don't think they have about 6, 7 Modelos and the goddamn brawl breaks out? Well, you lying. Because that does happen. Often than you want to admit to. Now, granted, if you're a person of a certain age, you're 30 and up, you're around a bunch of, 18, 19, 20-year-olds and all that, well, they're a little more rambunctious than a 30 to 40 to 50-year-old. So you don't want to be in a damn area where they are anyway, right? But I guarantee you, whenever you get around if you're a black person over 30, you're over 40, black people over 40, any group don't act a fool. So it's a shame how we allow how young people in their young youth energy describe our entire group and how we party. It's so stupid. It's just ignorant. But yeah, we don't read, we don't respect ourselves. Their plan of black people being suspicious of each other has worked. Now one of you ever going to look up the Willie Lynch letter and read it if it's a truthful document. Because there's been big debate. Well, the Willie Lynch letter, we don't know who wrote it. It could be, but goddamn it, the words in there are true. I'm telling you. And you say, well, Rico, how do we change this mindset? Well, we have to start reading. We need to take 6 months to a year off to read. And I'm going to give y'all 3 easy books to get you on the right path. Because I don't want them to be hard, because a lot of black folks don't like to read unless it's some romance and some bullshit, and don't really want to watch a lot of stuff unless it's, some P-Valley shit or some Power and Black Mafia family bullshit. But as far as reading to really absorb the information, now if they're in school, they might, but just on their own, You know, a lot of black folks don't want to read. So, all right, I'm going to give it to you. You know, find that document. If anyone like a copy of mine, you know, send me $5, cash at me $5, and I will. Wait a minute, copies cost more than that. So, send me like $6, cash at me, and I'll give you a copy of my Willie Lynch letter. You can have a copy of it. Send cash at me like $6. I think the copies aren't. Let's see. Yeah. And then, wait a minute, you want me to mail it to? No, I can email it to you. I can do that. So, hit me with the yeah. If you like a copy of mine, I have a beautiful copy of the Willie Lynch letter. If you like a copy of mine, hit your boy with a $6 cash app. And send with an email. I'll email you a copy of my copy of the Willie Lynch letter, because we need to start reading. And then after that document, you have to get your own book though. Miseducation of the Negro. If we read those two, I think it'll get us on the path to looking at the other books. If you like a copy of my book list, you know, let me know that as well. Send an extra couple of bucks, about $3. I'll give you a copy of my book list. When you cash out me, say, hey, let me know it's for you want my book list. That's $3. If you want a copy of my Willie Lynch, my Willie Lynch copy, $6. Put that in the cash app notice, and I'll send those to you. Because we're going to have to get some intelligence around here. We're just too stupid. We're just too stupid in this country and expect for us to even make it in the next 50 years. We're just too stupid. When it comes to race, we're too stupid. When it comes to economics, we're too stupid. When it comes to Kujigagulia, which is cooperative economics within our race. I know a lot of you hate that word race, but I don't have a problem with it because I live in reality. And I'm respectful to every group and culture that I come across. And I have fun with everybody. But when it comes to my people, I'm serious. Okay? So I want to close by saying to you brothers in the black manosphere, get it together. Don't make your content off of just, okay, you want to cuss and talk crazy about, sisters all day long. I know it's time to mature from that. It's time to mature from that. We know their behavior is bad. See, when you have only one subject like that all the time, and I know there's some who doing it and doing it well. Let me rephrase that. Let's broaden the topics. That's what JustPearlyThings is doing. She's talked about modern women and their delusional thinking and feminism and all of that. But she also is branching out. And as a white woman, and you can do it too. But she understands how whiteness can go further than talking about women's delusional. She can have all kinds of interviews on her platform. It's her platform. So I understand why people were getting upset because she had this white supremacist. Now, someone said, well, your platform was talking more about relationships and this. Why didn't you stick to that? Frankly, y'all, you can't tell anybody who to have on their damn podcast. See, I can talk like this, but tomorrow I can have a Hispanic woman and a Jewish white man, and we can talk about a whole other stuff. Like, whoa, Rico got this on here? The point is, you can't tell people what content they should have on their show. I don't care how they started. People always start off. But, we saw what WB and UPN did. Once they got on with the mainstream audience, they kind of kicked blacks to the side. And JustPearlyThings is not above her or below her to do that. It's not out of her purview to do that. Let the white woman go ahead and evolve. A lot of them start off with black dollars and all that before they get the mainstream dollars. A lot of people do that. Poor Luther Vandross really wanted the mainstream dollars, but he became really rich off of black folks. But poor Luther Vandross, I don't think that was enough for him. A lot of R&B artists, always said we need to get on the pop charts. That's where the money is, bigger money, and I get that. So let's not hold her to, well, she started off with relationships. She had black women on her thing and all that. Guess what? Jerry Springer made a killing off of it. Jerry Springer, who was this little, Steve Wilkos, all of them, Sally Jesse Raphael, Ricky Lake, all of them had a lot of black guests talking about it and talking about whatever the dysfunction was. And they still have it on. They still have black folks on. Everybody starts out with that black format. Then when they get, a wider audience, well, they kind of move away from when they want sanitizing and clean it up, they kind of move away from the foolishness. Y'all understand? But you brothers, y'all need to, seek therapy in some cases. Some of you just talk too crazy and too long. Now, if you got the statistics, you have the research, if you're going right, if the goal is to, just talk about the behavior, fine. Because I'm here to tell you, a lot of women aren't interested in changing their behavior because they're funded. Their behavior is funded. So I don't hardly go there because it's boring. Because all they're going to do is be mad at you. And then, on the flip side of that, when you stop talking about their bad behavior and start telling them how queens they are and how beautiful and wonderful and smart and accomplished and yes, bitch and boss they are, well, then you turn into a Derrick Jackson. You turn into this religious thug or whatever he is, Tony Gaskins. You start telling them what they want to hear. That's not helping them either. But let me tell you something, though. You make a whole lot more money when you tell women what they want to hear. Hey, you can't knock the hustle. Woo! It's pretty much like what JustPearlyThings did to a lot of black dudes in the manosphere. She told them what they wanted to hear. And she made a killing. Now she's she's got like 1 million subscribers and stuff. I don't know. And so those so-called black love coaches, they tell women what they want to hear. And you can't knock the hustle. Steve Harvey told them what they wanted to hear. He sold millions of books, that little trash-ass books. I never went to see the movies because I thought the book was trash. And there are women who are still in their 30s and 40s and 50s trying to make men wait 90 days for that old coochie. Get out of here. It doesn't work like that. So I'm really seriously thinking about throwing my hat into the black love coaching. But it's going to be a little different. Not what y'all think. I'm not trying to get your money. I just want you to get your mental health together. I get tired of seeing people being used because of their hurt and their pain. So much so that even white folks can get in on it and make money off your hurt and your pain. Because we got black folks doing it. We got a lot of people making money off people's hurt and pain. We got these women out here who got YouTube channels. Black men ain't nothing. And if you're pregnant with a boy, a black male child, abort it. Oh, they got an audience for everything. I want the audience that is interested in getting the information, behaving like we live in reality. And if you need to get some therapy, that's the audience I want. I want the audience to really be honest about stuff. And that's why I share my opinions the way I do. And I'm not beholden to anybody. I hear what everyone is saying, but I always know what I'm going to say. You get it? And I'll always be on the side of us. Always. Because there were too many people before me, way before you, but way before your parents, way before your grandparents, that gave their lives, literally gave their lives, so we can have better sense than what we have today. And again, back to the guys who, they call them preachers and love coach and dating coaches. And the women still aren't, they still aren't getting a man. They're still not getting a husband. So maybe what I have to tell them, maybe it might help them. But Kevin Samuels was actually helping them. And I think there is a plot. There isn't a plot. It's a direct design to keep black people divided. Just like it's a direct design to keep women single. When you look at the statistics, be it a business journal or whatever, in the business community, when women are single and by themselves, they tend to spend more money. And that's great for the capitalist society we live in. They need you to spend money. When a woman has a husband, a man that she lives with and she's submitted to and she lives with him, well, he pretty much like, no, baby, we don't need to spend our money on that. Come on, let's do this. The man budgets in the household. And so they work extra hard to keep black people, keep black women single. All kinds of stuff. They even send black folks to tell them, girl, you don't need no man. And they got these dudes, you don't need him if he's this, that. It's the weirdest shit for me to sit back and just like, wow, this shit is so easy. Because I know if I would have changed my shtick or changed what I talk about, I'll give myself the end of the week. On Monday, I'll see my numbers rise. I see my cash apps get popped. I see a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'll take some heat from the guys, but who gives a fuck? Man, you pandering, brother. You right here throwing brothers under the bus to try to get, yeah, whatever. But those sisters hitting the cash app, they coming to my love guru workshop, paying $300 per person for 1 hour of me telling them you're a goddess, you're a queen. You don't need to lose no weight. Your wig is just fine. Your weave is fierce. And you don't need to do nothing. Your attitude is good. You can be strong, independent, and you can even be a bitch. If he doesn't accept you for what he is, he ain't no strong man. Give me 1 second. I'm going to let this. Hold on a second. Damn, there's two helicopters. So if I were to do that, and that's easy. I can even become a preacher. Do y'all know that? I can even become a preacher if I wanted to. I have the personality. All I got to do is read half of the Bible and just use the first 2 chapters of the Bible and just let that be my sermon. You know, I'm in the gym. I'm working on getting the body. That's another thing I have to, in order for me to be more convincing, I need to get the body. Shy Gillis, what's up? Ernest, what's up, my man? You know, Shy Gillis, I'm sorry. Yeah, because I'm working on it. If I get, get in the gym and get physically fit. Yeah. And then they start talking, ladies, you deserve love. Yeah. These men are tripping. They're not worthy of you, sister. Yeah, you 5'2", 240 pounds. But that's 240 pounds of God gave you to love. And he obviously don't love God if he don't love your 250 pounds. Ladies, ignore him. See, if I was talking all that, oh man, I'd be in a Rolls Royce too. I've been in a 2-story mansion too. I have acres in the country too. Off of people's delusion and their pain. And I don't work like that, baby. God damn it, why'd I have to major in social work in college? Why'd I have to spend the last 25 years being a mental health counselor? Why'd I have to do that? Because, God damn it, why'd I have to be born in Aquarius? Why do I want to? Because I care about people's conscience. I can't do it. I can't do it. I wouldn't be able to go through with it if I changed my whole shtick up, get all of my social media off and start over and put on me a suit and say, God loves you, sister. You're better than that. You don't need him. And, and yes, you've been hurt, but take that pain and turn it into power. A power without a man, because you don't need a man to experience your power. Oh my God, I have sell out, workshops and stuff. Yeah. But anyway, y'all should know by now that I'm not that dude. I have a conscience. And even though I'm a non-Christian, non-religious, I have more God in me than any religious or Christian person around me. Hell, on the planet. I have a conscience. That's the religion. That's God when you have a conscience. And when you're in love with the mighty dollar, you'll sell your soul to corrupt other souls. Come on, somebody. But I'm going to work on it, though. What the hell is that? So, but anyway, I'm going to keep talking the way I talk, because this is my original shtick. This is my original platform. I've always spoken this way. This is nothing new. When I was a young man, I spoke down the middle, and I try to be neutral, and I try to be fair. I will hold all of us accountable, because if you haven't ever heard me say that on this YouTube channel or this Facebook page, I never come from a place of perfection, only from a place of practice, because every day is practicing to be better and better. Got it? So anyway, this Just Pearly Things, y'all get past it. And if y'all want to hear some sisters really, talk about delusional behavior in black women, again, you have sisters like Erica Lachey, you have Crimson Cure, you have Shez Sade, some 60 Goddess. She's here and there. She's all right. She's attractive and all that, but I listen for the information. Pink Book Lessons. Yeah, don't forget that, sister. So there's plenty of black women and brothers, but they don't. They'd rather put the white girl on the pedestal. Like she said something so different, and she doesn't. She's just white. Sean King doesn't do anything different. He's just white. Tim Wise does not tell us anything different about racism, white supremacy, or the psychological behavior of the genetic non-melanated Caucasian. He doesn't tell us anything different than Brother Neely Fuller told us, than Dr. John Henry Clark has told us, than Brother Umar Johnson, Dr. Umar Johnson has told us, Mr. Farrakhan has told us, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad has told us, Dr. Joy DeGruy Leary has told us. So, we need to stop this, liking their ice better or they thinking their ice is colder. We're going to have to stop this. It's so immature. You know, it's almost like Malcolm X didn't even exist for some of you Negroes. You know, yeah, I'm going to give Dr. Umar Johnson his props. You don't have to agree with everything for the most thing. The brothers are telling the truth. If you've done any reading on your own, you'll know he's telling the truth about a lot of stuff. You know, but anyway, he's not perfect either. If he can stop that Prince of Pan, African pipe, big papa, you cut that shit out. You know, go ahead and open your school, brother, and go ahead and do your thing. All right, but I just want to share that with y'all. Y'all be cool. Again, if you want a copy of my Willie Lynch letter, have an email to you. Hit me with that Cash App of $6, $ Rico the Opinionist. I also have my PDF short story, The Greatest Pain Ever Felt, Conversation with an Absent Biological Father Who Never Wanted to Be Found. That's only $10. Cash App your boy, $ Rico the Opinionist. Please leave me an email address for both of them. If you want to send the $6 for the copy, me to send you a copy of my Willie Lynch letter. Cash App your boy for $6, $10 for the PDF short story. Put an email address on both of them. The book list, hit me Cash App. Copy of my book list, $5. Cash App it. I'll email it to you. We call Rico's Black Book List. Because we're going to have to get back to reading. We're going to have to become intelligent again about economics and about Kujigagulia, cooperative economics. And we're going to have to become more intelligent about race. Because we've just become so stupid. It's embarrassing. Anybody can pull anything on the masses of black people. I even have Brother Neely Fuller's book. It's called Code, Compensatory, blah, 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 something, but we just called it The Code for short. He also has videos on YouTube. Neely Fuller. The information is out there. We don't have to be this stupid when it comes to race and economics and cooperative economics or Kujigagulia. Anyway, y'all be cool. Let me get in here and I guess watch the late news and upload this video. Y'all be cool. It's your man Rico the Opinionist. I'll just share my opinion, y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace.